the schedule entails a very active and hectic series of events. Not only this enduring 3-day trekking challenge out in the Los Santos rainforest, but beforehand you have to consider the flights, traveling with diabetes, all that you need to take with you. That's going to be quite tiring for many people to get through. This is followed up by then arriving and coming into a schedule of events that includes reaching local schools and communities to teach about type 1 and type 2 diabetes awareness, and then going on to the conference day, where we've got 200 delegates registered from the local diabetes community, partnering up here with DiAthletes, the association. And after a busy day there, that's when the 3-day trekking challenge begins. If we survive that, then we've got to go on to another province of Costa Rica, Guanacaste, where we have training taking place for these DiAdvocates to go on and work with workshops and support their local communities back home. We're going to try and raise some funds for those who are much less fortunate in different parts of the world. Even to here in Costa Rica, this is not perhaps the richest of countries, although it's a very beautiful country, but it does have a system in place to get people the essentials of what they need in terms of access to insulin, particularly, and blood glucose testing. So there's an important support system here in Costa Rica. Education's perhaps what we need to work on, not just here, but all around the world in higher income countries like the United Kingdom, where I'm from as well. But out in Africa, we are fundraising for the Sonia Better Foundation, who are particularly based in East Africa and Uganda, and the Diabetes Youth Care Group in Ghana. So I know these two organisations firsthand. I know that they're very committed to this cause, to work with local communities, to build up patient champions, DiAdvocates from within their own communities to actually go on and support their next brother and sister living with diabetes. So the more support they get, the better. That's what we're going to try and fundraise for as a group of people living with type 1 who can appreciate that ourselves, and fingers crossed we can get your support on board.
I'm Paula Chinchilla. I'm from Costa Rica. I'm a dietitian and I've been living with type 1 diabetes for 20 years. I'm also part of the League of DiAthletes.
I'm 26 and I'm from Paris in France, and I was diagnosed with type 1 2.5 years ago.
I'm Gona Konstantina from Greece. I live with type 1 for 14 years, since 2005. Me llamo Dani, my name is Dani, well Daniela, but everybody calls me Dani. I've been living with diabetes for 21 years now. I'm 23 at the moment. I am from Ecuador.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm from California, the Republic of California. I'm gonna succeed from the States. I've had diabetes for 25 years. I played professional football and baseball in Europe.
I'm Jose Luis. I'm 15 years old. My diabetes comes from a syndrome which is called Wolfram syndrome. This is so rare. It's crazy because it begins with diabetics, and with the passage of the time you get low vision or you get blind at all. But in my case I just got low vision.
We're here with Giovanni and Giovanni Rodriguez. His company organised the trekking challenges, the expeditions. Giovanni also has a son who, like us, lives with type 1 diabetes, so it all kind of fits in, connects well with the challenge. What are we going to expect out there in Los Santos on this trek?
Una de las zonas más limpias del planeta. Su agua es famosa por esta característica. Van a cruzar un bosque de robles, ¿sí? Y van a acampar en 2 lugares durante la caminata. La caminata es en descenso, pero es una caminata demandante físicamente y esto va a ser en un transcurso de 8 a 6 horas diarias de caminata, pasando de un clima fresco o frío a una zona más caliente cerca de la costa. ¿Sí? Esto va a representar un impacto importante en el cuerpo y es parte del reto que van a enfrentar.
What kind of wildlife are we looking at here?
Esta zona se caracteriza por una presencia de aves muy rica.
We're going to have tons of birds.
Se han identificado también felinos.
There's also some sort of felines like jaguars and pumas, right?
Mayoritariamente pumas.
Mostly pumas.
También se observa danta, si se tiene suerte.
Dantas as well if we're lucky.
Tapirs, we call them.
Tapirs. Yes, tapirs.
So are they dangerous?
Son peligrosos.
No, no son peligrosos.
Pumas,
No, they won't. We're not in danger.
Son tímidos.
They're pretty shy, yes.
Okay, cool.
Son tímidos.
We want to introduce you to some very important people in our lives, which are Roger.
Whatever. I am 18 years old. I have been living with diabetes for 4 years.
Mauricio.
Hello, my name is Mauricio. I am 21 years old. I have 7 years old with diabetes.
And you're a hiker.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good hiker. He's a very good hiker. And Manfred.
Hi, nice to meet you.
They all belong into our DIATHLETES association. And we are lucky enough to have Mauricio and Roger join us on our hike.
So my name is Mohammed. I'm from Kuwait. It's in the GCC region in the Middle East. I've been living with diabetes for 32 years, but I never been accepting it since I was young.
Hey, my name is Kate. I'm 33 and I've been living with type 1 diabetes for the last 32 years. I come from Poland, but I currently live in Ireland. Of course, I'm a member of LOD team.
Hi everyone, I'm Dani Rojas. I'm from Costa Rica. I've been living with type 1 diabetes for 26 years now.
So firstly, why are you here? Well, for multiple reasons. Community Day with DIATHLETES, the Diabetes Association here. We've got nearly 300 people coming to it.
Really? Yeah!
The challenge itself is something that's going to empower a lot of people. You know, not just reaching the communities here, which is important, but around the world as well. That's what we're capable of.
We're gonna do a summary of how the hike is gonna be.
But then the last day in particular, this is where I've got my biggest concern. It's the longest day of trekking and it's going to be very humid, I'd imagine. You know me, I've done a lot of crazy challenges. So to keep oxygen in your bodies is because when you're moving, when you're active, you're burning up oxygen more quickly. It's important to get that oxygen into your muscles. The more your body's going to cope in those later stages. So really, you want to get your breathing right in the early parts when we first start trekking, that first hour in particular. As longer breaths as you can take, it's going to help you to get the oxygen not just in and out, but down further into your legs, through your body and in and out again, so your muscles are more hydrated. So the thing I use is the elephant kind of 1 elephant, 2 elephant, 3 elephant. That is you holding your breath. If you can count 3 elephants in your head, you're holding it down. You'll feel it around 2 elephant, around your heart. And that's when you've got to push it down. And then when you breathe out, again, it's 3 elephants of slowly breathing out. I think I died.
Now, because there is no time, so you have to prepare. This is not a game. This is very risky.
Why you're you
Because-
look like
because
my father all
it's
the
a joke.
time. Breathe.
So Gavin, just stand up here.
He's always like that.
So there is another technique. Okay? Your hands are down. So what do you do when you breathe?
I wouldn't
through the
feel
nose.
confident.
Most of us, we do the breathing
Don't trust him.
in the wrong way. So we breathe from our nose and you have to move your head upwards. So
Yeah.
Gavin, breathe in, push up.
My head's up.
Yeah, just heads up.
Once you take his
And you
pants
breathe
off.
down. your mouth. Guys. this
Careful,
is-
he's gonna
Yeah.
be angry at
But
you.
someone
So
has to
let me show you.
move
Let me
it.
show you. Here,
Yeah.
I want you to
But it's
hold
very
my
serious.
back.
That is.
I was no.
You got it perfect.
No, because I want it to be
This is
the
a little too
extension.
natural.
Can you live with a girl probably so he feels more
No,
comfortable?
that's over the guy. I don't want to be
Okay.
sounding weird, you know.
Yeah.
So what do? You breathe in, and then you breathe out from your mouth.
But your head is not up.
I'm pushing it up.
have tapirs or dantes, as you say here. So if you do see these and they are kind of nearby, there's something that we've got to do. We've got to make ourselves look big and kind of intimidating, because they have their eyes on the side of their heads, so they're not going to see the full of you. But if you make yourself look big, tiptoe up, arms out, that is how you kind of
Their side is
intimidate the puma. These guys are probably more dangerous, the dantes. We might not see them, to be honest, but they are more dangerous. They're not carnivores, they are herbivores, but they get scared, and they're kind of like stampeding rhinos if they do get scared. However, we want them to be kind of intimidated by us by thinking that we are predators. So it's the same thing, but you can see you don't show your teeth to the cat because they think it's a fight and they'll kill you. Whereas these guys, they think you're a cat if you show your teeth. So you do the same thing.
A puma, you put your hands up.
That puma.
If you see one of the other things, then put your hands up and.
That's With a very diverse team coming from different cultural backgrounds coming together to take on this challenge, and the hectic schedule of events we have coinciding with the trek, there's a lot to consider about the different daily techniques to manage diabetes, and with that the different potential outcomes that's going to happen for people, whether that's going hyper or hypo during the trekking challenge as well as the travelling events.